All right, guys. We are taking a look at Sai on Ashe on Numbani. Now, this was another VOD that I requested. So this is the second VOD I've requested from Sai. So if you don't know, Sai is a streamer of sorts, sort of. She has streamed like maybe twice. I don't know. But I was watching through the last stream of hers because I was very curious to see what the gameplay looks like outside of the coaching VODs I've done for her. And this one caught my eye, mainly because she was crapping all over herself. She was saying like, I'm not doing very well. I'm sucking. Like, she thinks she did really poorly. But from my perspective, I think she made a very large impact. And we're going to discover why I think this. Because from my perspective, I saw a lot of really good angling and a lot of good map control and space control, which I think made a huge difference. It didn't always put us in the position to get the most damage and stat farm, but it did really enable our team. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to demonstrate that through seeing this VOD from the replay viewer. So yeah, the biggest reason I think that Sai was unhappy with her performance is because when you hold tab at the end of the game, we see that our Sojourn has had insane value, right? So our Sojourn is 34 and 7 with 11,000 damage compared to us sitting at 22 and 4 with 7.5. So if we are comparing ourselves based on stats here, yeah, it feels like we weren't anywhere near as effective as our Soj, but here's the problem. Soj, from what I saw, sat main and unloaded tons and tons and tons and tons of damage into the tank, and Soj stat farmed like crazy. Just stat farm. So did she really add value to the team? Well, yeah, I mean, of course she did, right? She outputted damage, and that helped. But was she the one going on angles and creating the space and creating the opportunities to shoot these targets and make everybody's lives easier? No, absolutely not. So the unsung hero, in my opinion, is at least in part here due to how Sai played this game. So I want to take a look and examine it. And we are F11.
They have this coming.
So this might be a shorter VOD only because this was kind of stompy on defense. So really the only thing I cared about is demonstrating attack. And we can review the defense a little bit, but nothing really happens. They just full hold. Spoiler alert, right? Spoiler. But attack wasn't quite so easy. But this is where the difference really came in. I like how we rotate over here. I feel like you remembered my advice about coming that way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sure, this is a really creative angle for Ashe. And immediately, like, as I was watching this VOD, I was just like, well, yeah, of course you got value. Like, look at what you're doing right now. This is insane. This is insane. Like, not a single person on their team is going to expect you to be here. This doesn't make any sense. Like, these players are not used to this type of play. Like, they're going to, on their team, they're going to be like, what the hell is that Ashe doing? She is so out of position. Wrong. No, you're not. You're not at all. This is a really valuable play because we'll watch the circles. We'll watch the circles in a second. Unfortunately, your tank dies and feeds immediately. But you completely catch this Torb off guard, and he reacts, fortunately, in time. But it was really nice shots there. And Torb is incredibly strong. And by the way, in this stream, Tyler talking about how Torb needs a buff is actually so crazy. Is actually so, like, that has to be one of the most insane takes I've ever heard. But yeah, Torb does not need a buff, and it's for reasons like this. Like, that any other hero, that hero is dead. Torb lives this. But really nice. And now let's look at the circles. Right now, your team isn't here to capitalize off of any of this because they saw your tank go down, and they're like, well, oh well. Oh well, I don't care. I'm not gonna play the game anymore. I'm just gonna go sit back and do nothing. My tank goes down. I'm not engaging. I'm not making a play. I'm just running away. But you're over here. Watch the circles. Watch all that space. Watch all that space. Like, if your soldier just stays here, well, it's free pickings. That Torb dies 1,000%. Like, your soldier was doing fine, but he just backs up for no reason, just because your tank dies. Like, he had no reason to disengage here. Like, what is this guy doing? He's totally fine here. Totally fine. And you are creating all of this space. All of the space. And you guys absolutely make a big play here if that soldier isn't an idiot. So, nice. Really nice. This is very valuable. Very valuable. And I'm glad your Kiri comes with you. It's actually something I would not expect to see, to be quite honest. And I don't know if I detailed this, but this is gold 1, so we're almost in plat here. But this is a nice play from your Kiri to also support you on this angle. Now, let's talk about this coach a little bit, maybe. It doesn't make sense. But you get so much attention and so much value here, and if literally anybody on your team was playing off you, then this goes crazy. It's nice dynamite. But we just coach high ground without knowing anything about the status of high ground. Like, yeah, sure, when we turned this corner initially, we were looking up there, we didn't see anybody, but where did our tank die? Where did our tank die? Right? Our tank died up here, so therefore we know that somebody is up here, and you can probably reasonably assume that it's the tank. Right? We saw who our tank died to, and we haven't seen the tank, so if our tank dies up here and it's to a Sigma, then we can probably make the assumption that that Sigma is up there, which is why I wouldn't coach up there right now. This is fine. Like, everything you're doing right now is fine. This is your only mistake. Even coaching is fine, but we shouldn't be coaching that way. We should just be coaching to get out and go play on the Mega and bait attention and do everything over here, but otherwise, good play. So yeah. Alright, so now we're taking a different angle. Why are we taking this angle, guys? Why are we coming to the right side here? Why do I love that we're walking right side? Our tank goes down again, that's lovely. So why do I like that we're coming all the way over here? Because we're looking, we're paying attention to what's happening. Our team is now fighting main where our tank died and putting pressure this direction. So what's going to happen is their team is going to fight this direction. So therefore, when we rotate and take position over here, we have sight lines on a crossfire on an angle against their team. So this is a good heads-up play to make this rotation. This makes a lot of sense. You catch a Mizuki out of position. Okay, take a couple shots, sure. And we look to take this high ground. Kind of iffy, right? Like I don't know if there's anybody up here, so I may have played a little cautiously, but you know the Sigma's over on left, so that's fine. And you know the Mizuki's low. And that's, I think, about all the information you have. So coaching up here, it's okay. I might be looking to come back here, though. I might be looking to come back here. And it's good shots from Torb. You had some nice shots as well. It is what it is. You made the objectively correct play. Now, technically, you are incredibly early because your tank dies first, but the last of your knowledge, you know, your team was fighting up here, and then we didn't really look over to see what our team was doing, so we didn't realize that all of a sudden nobody's over here and applying any sort of pressure from this position, so therefore there's no fight happening here, which means they can just turn all of our attention to us, which is why you die, because if this Torb had something else to shoot that he was already shooting, well, then that's a much harder decision for him to make, and you probably don't get shot by Torb, or at least die to him, right? Because then he's distracted. So, I mean, this is fine. The angle is fine. We created space, and it was a nice play. It's just way too early. That's fine. We went on an angle, right? We went on an angle, and it does not help that our tank has insta-died both times. Like, the start of both fights. Like, that's just, it's not your fault, obviously. So there's not a whole lot you can reasonably do. Now, look at this. We're going on an angle again. We're switching it up. We went this way the first time. We went the other way the next time. Now we're back. Like, they don't know what to expect from you. They just... like, every single fight this game, you have been on an angle, creating so much chaos. We'll watch the circles. Watch the circles in a second. Like, I feel like you think that you don't have value here. But let's just look at this objectively. What are you doing right now? Tell me what you're doing right now. So I'll give you, obviously I'm not in a call with you or anything, so you can't answer me, but I want you to think about what you're doing right now. Just, you don't have to get complicated with it. Just answer the question, what are you doing right now, at its simplest form, right? If you said fighting a Torb, your answer is correct. That's what you're doing. So what does that mean this Torb isn't doing? This Torb is not helping his team. So you are engaging on an angle against this Torbjorn, and you're taking him out of the fight. Now, is it super valuable? Well, I don't know. It's kind of like equally valuable, right? Because you're not really applying pressure to anybody else here, but you are taking somebody out of the fight, and you're taking a duel on your own. So your team, theoretically, like, you're not throwing by any means. You're taking an angle, you're creating this duel, and unfortunately, we kind of mechanically whiff it. But what you're doing here is valuable because you're taking this Torb way out. You're taking the Torb way out of the fight, so the Torb can't come up here, and he can't press E and unload all of his shots into your tank. Right? So you took this Torb out of the fight, and you're fighting a Torb because he felt like he had to deal with you, and somebody does have to deal with you. You can't be allowed to exist over here because you're going to have a lot of impact. So that's really huge. And now he's still looking at you. He's still worried about you coming this way. So what is he not doing? He's not supporting his team. He's not rotating up here. He's not preventing your team from taking space. Like, these things that I'm trying to highlight here are reasons that games are won. It's not the scoreboard. It's not the stats. That has no effect on the outcome of the game. Like, what you're doing here, just by existing here, is the reason that your team has this much space right now. Like, this Torb has been completely out of the fight this entire time and given up really strong position. And he is not, like, this is not really his job, but somebody's got to do it, right? Like, if I'm this Torb, it's not what I want to be doing. I have shotguns that do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of damage close range. I don't want to be fighting an Ashe long range and isolating myself like this, but, like, I have to because nobody else on my team is. And I need to deny this space, because if the Ashe gets to rotate all the way over here, well, then my entire team is screwed.
Taking the objective.
Now he's just wildly out of position. Like, this Torb is wildly out of position. Did you get the kill on him? No. Does that reflect on your elims? Maybe. Maybe you damaged him recently enough for your elims to tick up. Let's find out. Let's find out. We're at 002. Okay, it does count. It does count to your elims. So I was gonna say, like, if it didn't, that's just another reason that the scoreboard is so inaccurate, because you caused that death. It was your kill through and through, but it may not have even been reflected in the scoreboard. It was in this case because you damaged him recently enough for it to count. But really, more than the damage is just what you forced this Torb to do. You forced him way out of position. You forced isolation, and he wasn't helping his team with anything else. So this is the value of angles, guys. Overwatch is won on the angle. There's calm shots. Crazy mail. Okay, let's look to push up here. Yep, thank you. Just a little bit late. We could definitely be moving up to poke walk up a little bit more here, I think.
Let's move the payload out.
Okay, I remember watching this. And you're streaming thinking, what the heck are you doing? Okay, yes. Preferably you are not the one on the cart, but you have this self-assigned duty of being the furthest back because you did not push up with the rest of your team. You did not walk forward to capitalize on anything happening here. Preferably, you are, like, right here, right now. Like, this is the position for you to play, or up here. One of these two is where you should be right now, but we're not. We're all the way in the back. So, because you are failing your responsibility, well, guess what? You're on cart duty now. So, you're throwing. Like, you just need you need to be the one on cart, because the rest of your team is doing something. Oh, look, nice angle. Yeah, it's technically main, but we're not down here sitting stacked with the rest of our team. Now they have to make a decision. Now they shoot either the Moira or they shoot the monkey or they shoot us, but we're not. It's like this is an angle still. And you hit a really nice dynamite. This is a pretty decent Bob. I wouldn't say it's wonderful, only because your monkey's already ulting and your Moira's already ulting, so I don't think you need this Bob to win this fight. Otherwise, if your monkey was not ulting, or if your Moira was not ulting, maybe it's a little bit better, but this is really good placement for Bob. Just slightly a little bit of a waste. That's all.
Group up here. Group up with me.
It's go time. Step it up, Bob.
If the fight had been a little bit different, then it would have been appropriate. Like this, and then we see Hanzo, and we get shot by Hanzo, and we move. But what did? We took an angle, right? We didn't walk down through here and walk this way. We came up and took an angle. We came up and took an angle, and the Hanzo wasn't expecting it, so he wasn't aiming at you, so you didn't take a headshot. Because he wasn't looking up there. He wasn't expecting you to come up. He had to, like, flick up to hit a body shot on you.
Enemy turret eliminated.
We're outnumbered. Watch yourself.
I'm on fire.
Engaging enemy forces.
Yeah, just unfortunate, right? There's a Hanzo decided to go pop off for whatever reason. And, like, you're not even playing this like too greedy. It's just a good shot from Hanzo. Like, this is pretty good usage of high ground cover, where it's a really easy swing to your right just to cut off all their angles. So this isn't really even a whatever, right? Like, lucky shot, good shot, whatever.
Back from the bone orchard. Payload stalled. Get on.
After this, by the way, we're gonna go watch what the Sojourn does all game. We're not gonna coach him, but we're gonna watch and make some comments. Like, this was a very creative use of cover or of height here, because I think most people in your shoes would be like, why are we not just backing up, or why are we not taking this angle over here? Which you definitely can do. Don't get me wrong, this would be fine too. We're deep in over here. This would be fine. Come up here, deep in, like, it's all fine. But you have good recognition here that if you take this high ground right now, what are they going to do about it? They can't do anything about it right now, right? So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, it feels risky because you're just kind of coaching into their whole team, but this is just a good position. It's good angle. It's aggressive play that works out. Like this, right? That's good recognition that if you stay there, you're dead, right? So we just peek just to do a little bit, just say, hey, you have to worry about me. If somehow Dynamite misses everybody, I don't really know how.
She's gonna blow.
It's just unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, good recognition. Obviously, this diva's gonna come for you. So yeah, good job backing up. But what does it mean when this diva's coming for you, right? What does it mean? What did you do by coming back here and throwing dynamite? What did you do? Huh. Well, instead of shooting main and preventing your team from walking forward, well, now their Torb and their Mizuki are a lot more focused on whatever the heck is happening behind them. And now, hold on. Now the diva, instead of holding this space and eating any of this damage and this disruptor shot, has now decided to make an engagement on you as you're already leaving, because you're smart enough to understand that they're going to push you if you stay there. So you outplay this diva, but it's like diva kind of has to go do something because you can't be allowed to sit here, so she has to at least check somehow. So now diva's up there, and all of a sudden all of this space that they were literally just holding is gone because of your dynamite and your presence up here. Like, yeah, unfortunately your dynamite doesn't hit anybody, but you caused a lot of space to be controlled by your team. Like, you are the reason that this happens. You're the reason your monkey gets to engage. You're the reason the Kiri and the Moira walk forward. You're the reason the disruptor shot got to go off, and they're backing even further. They're backing even further out. You're the reason that these people are dying. You are the reason, and this diva is insane and making horrible play.
I'm on fire. Let's get the payload going.
It's go time.
Really good angle. This is really good angle. Good coach disengage. Like, genuinely, Sai, when I was watching this is, like, I was really impressed because I was like, this is probably the best I've seen you play Ashe. And it's criminal that you didn't submit this as a VOD without my prompting. But, like, you're always on an angle. You're always going to do something. You're using your abilities well. The only thing that I haven't loved that I've seen from you so far is just that bob that was kind of pointless because you were already winning the fight.
Serve this. That's what I like to see.
And what are we doing now? We're going back on an angle, back on an angle, back on an angle, back on an angle. Always on an angle, back on an angle. We're controlling map. We're controlling the map. Are we shooting anything right now? Well, we're about to. We're about to, but we're controlling this space. Controlling the space, and you're positioned well so that if somebody walks through this choke, then, or the, not the choke, but the doorway, then you're not going to get shot immediately. So we're hanging back. We have good recognition of our cover usage and what's happening around us and space and the angles that we're cutting off. We're a little bit too far forward now, but at this point you've kind of seen everybody on their team, so it's now more appropriate to walk forward, and we don't hear anybody on our left. And there it is. And I mean, it's just, I mean, you just hard carried. Now let's go watch your DPS, your other DPS's perspective throughout all of this attack. Right? Actually, let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick before we do that. Hold on, right here.
Round 1.
Okay.
Complete.
Scoreboard says 23 and 4 with almost 7,000 damage with Kira here. Okay.
Initiating match.
Scoreboard shows that you're getting turbo diffed by your DPS, and you think that your DPS is doing so much better than you. Now let's watch how Kira plays this game, shall we?
One.
Try to show some discipline out there.
Defend objective A.
Enemy turret ahead.
Main. Doing nothing, a whole lot of nothing. We're doing nothing. We're backing up when my Ashe is engaged on the far left. Okay, now we're coming up top, but we're way too late. We're doing nothing. We leave at the wrong time. And we're back out. Okay, we've done a lot of nothing. Put a pointless heal pad down. Okay. Shooting into his shield, using Helix into his shield. Just following our tank around like we have no agency of our own. Shooting their tank. What the?
We're in this together.
Yeah, now we're on Sojourn. Following our tank. Playing main. Playing with stacked. Playing stacked. Just spamming damage. Oh, look at blue team. Look at all that space that this guy now has. Look at all the damage he now avoids. Why? Because what the heck is blue team doing right now? Huh. All that damage that was there just a second ago that brought them down to low HP that prevented them from doing any damage? Well, they're all too busy looking at you. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. They're 10. Number 10. I mean, this guy's just stat farming. Genuinely, this is stat farming at its finest. Disruptor shot to count towards elims and do damage that is unimportant. Shooting the tank. Obviously, there's nothing else to shoot in that instance, which is fine. That was a nice play. I'll give him that. But we're still just following our tank around. That's all we're doing this entire game, is following our tank.
Efficient design at work.
And stat farming off their tank. Like, yeah, this damage is important, but is it going to win games? No.
Let's move the payload.
To be completely fair to this Sojourn player, this is kind of what they should be doing anyway, because you're the one going on the angles, but you're enabling this Sojourn player to have this effect and do all this damage and just stat farm because you're the one creating the space. Sojourn is kind of a main bot hero. Because she's just so spammy. But as you can see, she's not making plays, she's not making space, she's not enabling the team in any way.
This ends now.
I mean, that was a play. That was a nice play.
Enemy turret eliminated. Sails empowered and ready to fire. Number. Watch yourselves.
That's awesome. There's another Elim that we didn't do anything just because they were in disruptor shot.
Let's get the payload going.
This ends now. Not so fast. Double restricted. Triple. Get in there, Bob.
I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Like, this guy has done absolutely nothing but play main this entire game. But why is he able to play main? Because you're out doing other things that are creating space and creating distractions, pulling attention, where normally if you were just playing main and main botting with this team, then all of their damage is going to fly into your team and your Sojourn doesn't get the value that they're getting. The Sojourn is playing objectively correctly just because of they're kind of playing off you, although I highly doubt that they're actually thinking about that. Now they might be. But you know, like this just wouldn't be possible without somebody on angles.
Complete.
Let's go back a little bit and let's watch circles, okay? And then we'll call it for this review. This has been a little bit kind of a different review and not super long, but this was the intention of showing this value, right? Well, this isn't a good spot to watch. Let's go. Go.
This end.
I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw what happened because you took height here. And you went on an angle. Watch blue circles. Blue circles have a lot of space right now. They have a lot of space. They're able to play within their ult. They're able to play kind of out in the open. Torb's just unloading tons and tons of damage. But now you're up here. And suddenly Mizuki and Torbjorn, look what they have to do. All of a sudden, all that space that they once controlled, gone. Now your tank is completely safe. They can't push, because if they push, they walk into you. You're controlling them. So your monkey gets to heal up, go for another dive, makes a nice play here, and you're still there to support. Both of your supports get to push forward, take this space. Unfortunately, your tank gets a little too aggro. Also, just your supports kind of let them down a little bit there. But mainly you and Monkey are the entire reason that the fight developed the way it did right there. Now let's keep going. We've already looked at this, but we'll see it again here. Oh, dynamite? Oh my god, there's an Ashe up there. There's somebody up there. We're scrambling. We're backing up. Monkey gets to go for a dive. Kills the Torb. That's because of you. Monkey now gets to kill the Zen. That's because of you. Like, your team is fighting such an easy fight right now because you created space and their tank is being stupid. Alright, let's look at this.
This ends now.
So, let me ask you, why is this Sojourn who's standing out in the middle of the open not die to Hanzo or Bastion or Zen? Or D.Va? Why does this D.Va not just eat everything from this Soj? For one, she's stupid. Secondly, she's kind of low and making a play on the flank. Why is she making a play on the flank? I don't know. Maybe she hears you. Like, if I'm this D.Va, I'm certainly not engaging on you now, but I'm probably playing this almost exactly the same, but I am probably staying right here, not going for this flank play. But I'm staying here, and I'm scared of you. Like, my attention is on you because you're the one who can realistically kill me. Because I can just sit here and DM damage coming from main. Not that, I guess, not that, I don't know. You know? Yeah, never mind. I'm dying. Okay. But why? Where the heck is the thing I'm looking for? 1 second. Okay, we're so back. Like, why does this Soj not die?
This ends now.
Like, Hanzo's trying to make a play on her here, but then you're shooting him. So now Hanzo's looking at you, and now Hanzo can't look at the Soj. And now Hanzo's, like, forced way out of position. Right? And now, instead of shooting the person who's ulting, this Bastion is super focused on you. So your Soj gets a ton of free damage here. And just gets to walk forward and do whatever the heck she wants. Your tank gets to jump the Hanzo. Soj gets to unload full health, rail into Bastion. Bastion backs up. And you just get all the space. Like, I don't know. I mean, I hope you can see it. It's really just what I'm trying to highlight. Genuinely, I do think this is one of your best games on Ashe. Stat-wise, yeah, it sucks because we weren't the damage hero. We didn't get to be the main bot, just dumping damage into their team and farming. But we really enabled our team a lot. So, yeah, unsung hero in my eyes. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to see. We can look at defense real quick, but again, there's not really much of a point. So we'll skim through it. Yeah, like 2x. If there's any glaring issues, we can stop and talk about it, but I didn't really see anything. Your team is just kind of steamrolling on defense. I also like shooting the wall. Now your tank is doing what you were doing. Which is, you know, what a tank should do, is create a lot of space. Fine rotation, good rotation. really nice dynamite usage. This is the only thing that I remember thinking, what the heck are we doing? What the heck are we doing here? Because we hear this Ashe and see this Ashe in our peripherals.
Nice try, honey. Get those
It's like you kind of look over there a little bit too.
On my way.
But it's criminal you don't die here. Like, you should have died here. Otherwise, pretty good.
Stay out of my way.
No, negative.
Yeah, you weren't happy about this. Maybe this next fight.
60 seconds
No.
remaining.
Yeah. Roll. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That Bob, yeah. I mean, you die, but you have one person up there fighting, and their tank just used boosters to engage. So the tank's on you with absolutely no way to go support team. Their team is all the way in the back. I mean, this Bob's fine.
30 seconds.
That Bob's fine.
Walked away.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. And then your team just wins.
Something. Let the kitsune guide you out of there.
Yeah, so nothing really to say on defense here. Yeah. The value of angles, and you were literally constantly on an angle every single fight. Like, there wasn't a single time where you just made botted. So, of course you steamroll. Like, of course you steamrolled. It makes perfect sense. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen every time. Of course not. If it happened every time, I'd be champ 1. You know? Like, there's a lot more to the game, right? There's a lot more to the game than just taking an angle. But it is really, really impactful, and it will definitely help you rank up 100%. Overwatch truly is one on the angle, and then it just comes down to, well, what, are you executing your mechanics well? Are you holding your abilities? Like, there's just so much. But first and foremost, at the most fundamental level, once you start taking angles, you start getting a lot more value. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, thanks for sending it in. And I hope this was informative. So only a 38-minute video, but it is what it is. I need to let my voice chill out because this is like the 4th video I've recorded. So, all right, I will see you later.